Hey y'all, it's Wildlife at its finest today. And today we're at Grand Canyon National Park, one of the largest national parks in the nation. For obvious reasons, we're about to go check it out. It's right over there, some viewing platforms. So let's have a great couple of days and let's go check it out. Hold on. So real quick, wanted to say that we are at Mather Point, which is the place that we are at right now in Grand Canyon. Almost forgot where we're at. And that's just right down there. There's some people down there, so I don't want to take a video down there. I don't want to disturb them or, you know. And so just want to let you guys know, Mather Point, great place to start. And that's where our campground is. So yeah, we're staying here for 2 nights. It's going to be an absolute blast. Go ahead and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and go follow us on Instagram, of course. And let's get this day rolling. So, some interesting facts about the Grand Canyon. It is actually around 300 miles long from one end to the other. It is a whole mile deep. So, you look down there, it goes down about a mile, which is insane to think about. Another thing that's insane is that from this point all the way over there is about 18 miles long. And so, as you can see, actually, if Sam can zoom in, way down there, we'll get some better views later on in the video. But you can see, that's the Colorado River. That is basically, after the millions of years that this river has been flowing through this place, is carved out with the wind, the rain, the snow, the ice. Everything is carved out this canyon for millions and millions of years, to the point to where it looks like this. And actually, they say every year it gets deeper about a sheet of paper. Yeah, every year, 1 sheet of paper. So that tells you how long this thing has been working to carve this thing out.
To be a mile deep. It's crazy.
So it's home to a lot of wildlife, including snakes, birds, lots of birds of prey. The very rare, famous California condor calls the Grand Canyon home, which is my bucket list animal to see today. Super rare. There's only about 30 that live in the Grand Canyon. There's a whole, there's a flock, I guess you would call it, of them that live here. And I'm trying to see one because largest flying bird in North America, heck yeah, I'm trying to see one. So that's a bucket list animal. Bighorn sheep are obviously the only animal that can survive the heat / go through this terrain. It's too warm for mountain goats. Those are the only other things that could possibly survive on this terrain. But it's too warm for mountain goats in the summer. It can get up to 120 degrees in the valley. So bighorn sheep are better for the hot weather. So, well, let's go check out a couple viewpoints. We're going for about roughly 30 minutes on the rim trail, which is basically just a paved trail that walks around the rim. You get multiple viewpoints like this one. We've probably walked by 20 viewpoints so far. Absolutely beautiful. We've talked to some amazing people, and the experience has been great, and we're just started. I mean, you guys can see it right now in the video. I know you can see it, but it doesn't do it justice. I've watched multiple videos, I've watched documentaries, and just the vastness of this the vastness of this canyon doesn't do it justice unless you're right here. Standing next to this, I always feel like a big dude because I'm a big dude. I feel so small next to this. I can't imagine what Sam feels like.
That was targeting.
But it's, I think vast is the perfect word for it. wilderness and lots of breathtaking, unexplored comes to mind when you look at this.
Like you said earlier, Mother Nature.
Mother Nature, right? This is something man can't build. This is something only Mother Nature can build, and I think that's awesome. But one thing I do want to point out, along the trail, as you can see, it's all paved. Another thing I also want to point out is that they do have lots of spots to rest, just in case you're handicapped or need some resting points. They have multiple trails, multiple picnic benches, lots of trash can, maps to check up on, and then they also have a shuttle bus stop right here at Mather Point. So I think this is awesome so far. Let's go check it out some more. So one thing I would point out is to travel this park, a lot of it is shuttling, and sadly dogs are not allowed on the shuttle, so we cannot take the shuttle. So there is a drive that is known as the Scenic Drive here, but it's only by shuttles, which really kind of sucks unless you come between December 1st and February 28th. You can drive it by yourself, but without that, you only can take the shuttle. So that's a huge part of the park that we are unable to see because of Dodge. I mean, we're not blaming Dodge any. We brought him, but yeah. So he's not able. So that's a huge part of the park that we're not able to see. You can still see it. The rim trail, which is what we're on and heading to, that goes along the whole rim of the Grand Canyon, goes all the way to the end. But I believe it's probably 10 miles one way and 10 miles back. So that's almost a 20-mile hike. And unless you hike a lot, that's pretty rough. So
You gotta be prepared.
Exactly. But absolute gorgeous. One thing you don't think about when you think of the Grand Canyon is also the mountains. You're pretty much in the forest. Lots of herds of elk. It's really quiet. It's a Friday. So, I mean, there's crowds of people at the visitor center. They're all along the trail. But if you find a trail like this, right next to the amphitheater, super quiet, not a lot of people. All right, update. We've moved campsites. Today has been weird. Our goal was to go hike the rim trail some more, maybe get a couple miles in.
Dodge has
But
some blisters, unfortunately.
right as we started, we noticed some blistering on Dodge's feet. Seems to be doing a lot better than this morning. But we kind of just drove around, saw some great views, but in the initial end of the video, we'll explain our experiences and stuff like that. But we're gonna go out tonight, see if we can see some elk, maybe some deer.
Maybe someone will come on our campsite again.
Maybe.
That's what I'm waiting for. Someone will be scratching on like our tent or something.
So we are in number 58 now. We got our tent set up. Just finishing up setting it up.
Those bathrooms, I don't know if you can see, but right there. I don't know if it's in the same for you. Is that the bathroom right
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, yeah. That's the bathroom. So we just got back there and there.
So we got another pretty good campground. The only problem is the tent area is slightly tilted right here, but we think we got it pretty good where it's pretty flat. One thing I do suggest when coming here, we learned this the first night. Ground is hard.
Yes.
It hurt.
Yes.
It was uncomfortable.
Yes.
It was cold. It was definitely cold. She was
cold.
shivering.
I think it's cold because we were struggling.
So
I think that's why. Because I said we should bring some more blankets, and then we forgot. So
all we have is some sleeping bags, and a couple. We slept on the ground plenty of times, but last night was rough. We actually ended up sleeping in the car, which was not any better.
From 1 o'clock to 6.
Yeah, it was.
9.
It was It was a rough night, so we're all pretty tired. Dodge seems to be doing a lot better, as you can see.
He napped all the whole time
Yeah.
driving.
So we took a drive today, so sadly, but not sadly, he was tired, so he got a little update. But another awesome campsite. Still beautiful out here.
And there's a trail a little bit going over to that side of the camp area to go to the showers.
But let's head out. Let's go find some wildlife.
Waddle, waddle.
So that right there is a raven. You have a lot of those. They're very important to the ecosystem around here. But they're kind of known as the bullies around here. They'll take osprey's food. The only thing they really won't take from is turkey vultures and California condors, but that is the raven. A big bully. Hey guys, it's been a couple days and we would just like to go over our personal preferences on the park, the good, the bad, everything in between. And so, Sam, is there something you want to start off with?
We can talk about what is good and what is negative about bringing your dog into the national park. There were a lot of dogs there, and there are a lot of trails that you can take them on, but there are also several trails that you cannot take them on. Do you want to go deeper into that?
Yeah, so one of the main things about Grand Canyon is you want to go into the canyon. If you're physically capable and have the time, going into the canyon is a really big part about visiting the park. And they don't allow dogs into the canyon. So that was something that we could not do with Dodge. We were unable to bring our dog into the canyon, which really sucked. That's something that takes a huge purpose away from the park. And so that is one thing that held us back a lot about seeing the most out of this park.
Also, the whole other half of the rim trail we could not take because
the trail itself you could take, but you cannot get on the tram, the Scenic View, because you can't bring your own cars in there. You have to take the tram, and you're not allowed to take dogs on trams. So that was another thing that held us back. And then also he did get hurt, so that took another time out of our time. He had a couple blistering on his shoes.
we don't blame him. It's just he did a lot of walking.
Yeah, so it's we wore protection. We had boots on, but there's nothing that we could do, and we didn't want to keep walking with him with a sore foot. He's all better now. So and obviously bringing your dog wherever you go is just awesome. There's really the benefits of that is you can take away whether or not you want to bring him or you're not. But we will come back next time, and Dodge will not come, so we can see the scenic view. And we are going to be taking the rim to rim trail. We're going to get ready for that.
You can't turn around without it being in a gorgeous view. You're blown away, as you can see now. It's absolutely gorgeous anywhere you turn around. I'm speechless still, and looking at these pictures and videos, it doesn't do justice.
Yeah, the views here are amazing. I've seen a couple awesome views in my time, and this is definitely up there with some of my favorite. Yeah, I think Hurricane Ridge and the Grand Canyon have been my top two views of all time. Other things, there's not many hikes. You got the one that goes into the canyon, the Bright Angel Trail, and then you have the Rim Trail, which we took a lot of the Rim Trail, but sometimes that's all you can do. And my own personal preferences, if you're not going into the trail, and if you're not going into the canyon, and you have a dog, you could do the Grand Canyon in a very short amount of time. Another thing that I have to say is that we went at a very bad time. For some reason, all the visitor centers were closed. We were not able to speak to any rangers. It was hard to get a hold of someone because I was wanting to find a ranger that can maybe tell me where California condors or bighorn sheep or some ospreys or what's a good thing that we could do with our dog. And the visitor centers aren't open. It's hard to find park rangers. There were a couple walking around, but the park's so big, they're not going to be everywhere. If you're not going to the canyon, you don't need that long to explore this park. You can only look at the canyon for so long. I mean, it's beautiful, but you go on the rim trail. It might take a couple hours, but that's it. Where if you go into the canyon, you can go into the canyon. You can do a 2-day backpacking trip down there, and that can take up to 3 to 4 days if you want to do the whole thing. But if you're not going into the canyon, you're just hiking the rim trail, a half a day is really all you need. I think the park is amazing, but there's certain things with a dog that we weren't able to do, and so we will be back for sure.
Definitely. And that was all very well said. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Yes, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. We have daily trivia that we've been trying to keep up with, where we tell interesting facts and quizzes and things about states, animals, plants, and all things cool and goes with wildlife. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button, like I said.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you at the next video.